Hello, and welcome to episode 109 of Bardic Quest. Our heroes have come face to face with someone they had not expected to see within the depths of Wave Echo Cave. Someone they had long assumed to be an ally, now seemingly in the employ of the Black Spider. Our heroes now seek answers and the reasons behind this treachery. So without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. As you get to the top of the rift, you take a look downwards. The rift descends about 20 feet, which the ropes make their way down. However, the bottom of the rift is not empty, as there are a number of individuals there almost looking up at you and the light sources that you're carrying, as you see 3 bugbears glaring up at you and a familiar face that you weren't expecting to see. Sildar Hallwinter.
I knew it was
with weapon
dodge.
in hand.
What?
I knew it was dodge.
No. Oh, the betrayal.
as well.
Can he see us clearly? He knows we're here.
You're lit up like a Christmas tree with your torches.
What's
Candles
his
and everything.
what's his facial expression doing?
He looks...
Hang on.
Twirling his moustache
Well,
evilly.
give me an insight check, Thorik.
It's like,
Insight. 16.
is he in sight?
He he doesn't look surprised to see you, and he does call out and says, in spite of his not looking surprised to see you, he says, "Well, I wasn't expecting to see you here."
You two-faced traitor.
You knew full well we were here.
Maybe, but I can't let you go any further.
Why's that?
Well, there's work to be done here. And as far as I'm aware, you have no intention of assisting us. Unless that's an option on the table.
What kind of work?
Let's look at that again.
Change it now.
He says,
I assume you don't mean with Gundren either.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Well, you're standing with some individuals who did have you held captive at one point, or so we thought. I'll take it you won't be trying to claim this back for Gundren's ancestors.
Oh no, there's much more important things in here than just wealth. certainly.
What happened to law, order, honor?
Says, well, all of those values remain, of course.
Ha!
He says,
Whatever lets you sleep at night.
he looks at you, Saga, from in the rift below, and he says, that's a lot of hatred I'm sensing from you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you really that stupid?
No, not stupid. Just...
Why?
Why what?
Why side with Halfrin? Why side with the Black Spider? Why the deception?
It's just in my nature, I suppose.
We should have let you die.
Look, I would quite like to extend an offer your way. I think, in fact I know, that in reality, we're all looking for the same thing. So, both I and the Black Spider think that perhaps, rather than working against each other, we should perhaps pool our resources and see what we can accomplish together.
Still down.
After the failed attempt at killing us. Is it?
He's stalling for time.
Sildar, what's the name of the pub you met us in Neverwinter?
Yes, I thought the same, Thorik.
The Beach Leviathan, of course.
That was a very long pause.
Enough of this blather. Let's kill him.
He looks to you, Johann, and he says, we're after the map as well, you know.
Yeah, we gathered.
Do you have it?
No. Hence why we're talking about joining forces with you. We don't seem to have made any progress, and you seem quite capable folk, so...
Johann cuts him off. Then there is no more to say.
Yeah, Saga gets a crossbow out.
Leave now and don't ever let us see your face again. Or this is going to go exactly the way you think it is.
He says, no. We can't leave until the job is done.
Neither can we.
Then say your prayers.
Oh, I shall. To all the dark gods. Let's roll some initiative.
We all do superhero poses as we do it.
I'm just holding my candle.
The camera pans along the line. Saga split with a Sergei faces the wrong way and then
Yeah.
Oh my, that is a good spread of initiative rolls from them there, I've got to say.
I got a 19.
Good.
yes, Sergei.
Good man. I didn't. I got 10.
4.
Hang on
15.
1 second. Give me a mo, give me a mo,
Waste
give me a
all
mo.
good rolls on hearing an ethereal voice.
Yeah.
So we're going to
I'm
have
still not convinced it's going to be Sildar, but...
a ginger bugbear, a brunette bugbear, and a blonde bugbear.
Blondes have more fun.
And let's see. So, Sildar has actually gotten 23 on the initiative, which is a very good roll for him.
Overachieving.
I know. Then, the bugbears have done very, very well as well, to be perfectly honest with you. We've got the blonde bugbear at 20. Anybody got higher than 20 out of you lot?
No.
No. Okay.
To be fair, we are going down ropes, so there was always going to be a bit of a delay to us getting there anyway.
True enough.
Fight!
The ginger bugbear had got a 18. Anybody higher than 18?
I got a 19.
You got a 19. Okay. So we go Sergei 19.
Theoretically, we could beat them here at range.
Ginger bugbear at 18.
Oh yeah, we're cutting these damn ropes.
So they're going to get up to us, haven't they?
Ginger bugbear. And then the brunette bugbear got a 17.
Bloody.
Boy.
Anybody get a 17 out of you lot?
15.
All right. So 15 for Thorik. Anybody higher than a 15?
No.
Okay. So Saga and Johann, what did you get?
4.
10.
Okay. All right. This is very, very one-sided initiative, isn't it? So it's gonna go Sildar, then Blondie, then Sergei, then Ginge, then the brunette.
Girls.
It's the bug spice.
Yeah. Then Thorik, then Johann, then Saga. Okay? Alrighty. So, Sildar will begin with the initiative.
Is Sildar wearing his signature? Sorry to interrupt you, Wayne. Is he wearing his signature armor and carrying his signature sword?
Yes.
Right.
No, signature armor, yes. Signature sword, no.
Ooh, okay.
But he is carrying a sword.
Interesting.
He's not. Ooh, okay, right. It's not him. It's not him.
Sildar grabs a javelin out of the pack of javelins that all of the bugbears are carrying, but the one nearest to him is carrying. He pulls out a javelin, and he is going to throw it at. Who is he going to throw it at? Who most offended him just now? Probably Saga.
Yeah, we've never liked each other.
So he is going to fling that javelin in your general direction.
As long as it's the general direction.
And that's going to be a 19 against your armor class.
Fuck off, it hits.
For 5 piercing damage normally, but again, because you are cursed with the gift of resistance to piercing damage, that will be 2 piercing damage to you as this javelin flies through the air and just catches you just at the joint between of like the shoulder. Or like
I
the
just do
arm
this
area.
and throw it away.
Oh.
Don't even flinch.
Nice.
You don't fraternize bugbears and Sildar all winter.
2 points of damage.
Yes, 2 points of damage. As you are struck, albeit with a mild scratch from a javelin.
And I eyeball him the entire time when I do that.
Fetch a vache.
And then he draws his sword and kind of prepare for battle. All right.
Nice.
Now it's Blondie's go. Blondie is going to take a javelin out of its back collection and fling it towards Johann.
Yeah, and
For 15 against your armor class.
with dual wielding, 15 is my armor class.
Alrighty. In which case, then, that is going to be 3 piercing damage to you as a javelin strikes you right in the thigh.
Oof.
It's in the
Johann doesn't make it quite as well as Saga did. And just kind of trying to like pull it out, and then
Sergei, how do you respond?
Johann, quick question. Do you have any oil on you?
do I? Is the Pope Polish? Yes, indeed, I do. Is the answer.
Lovely. Because there's a lot of fire going on currently, and they are all down below us. So I'm thinking we sort of rain a bit of hell down upon them.
You son of a bitch!
So I'm just gonna go. Johann, I'll click my fingers. Oil, fire. I'll just
Grease me up with a... Okay. So Johann produces a spinny bottle, spins a bottle of oil, and then gives it to Sergei with an honest to God smile on his face.
Now, here's what I would like to do, Wayne.
Okay.
Let me know if this is possible in this turn. I would like to start throwing as much oil down as possible, covering them, and then the mage hand that's holding the torch, just hover it over and let go.
You're probably not going to be able to do all of that. I will read you how a flask of oil works. Okay? As an action, you can splash the oil in this flask onto a creature within 5 feet of you, or you can throw it up to 20 feet, shattering it on impact. Now, the rift does fall 20 feet, so you're probably within range to throw it. If you're throwing it, make a ranged attack against a target creature or object, treating the oil as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target is covered in oil, and if the target takes any fire damage before the oil dries, after a minute, the target takes an additional 5 fire damage from the burning oil. You can also pour a flask of oil on the ground to cover a 5-foot square area, provided that the surface is level. If lit, the oil burns for 2 rounds and deals 5 fire damage. So, it would take an action for you to cover something in oil, essentially. So you're going to be able to do... Well, I suppose it's probably a free action, isn't it, to drop a torch, I guess. So actually, maybe you But they're not... The only problem is this rift is quite large. So, not deep as in it spans a fair bit across. So, I would say that you wouldn't be able to simply just drop the torch onto the targets.
Yeah.
How many of us have a flask of alchemist's fire? Or is it just me?
Just you.
I think just you, Johann.
Just you.
Never mind. Maybe that's later.
Very well. My maniacal plan then, I shall throw this oil, hopefully, onto Sildar.
Alright. Okay. In which case then you're making a ranged attack treated as an unarmed strike.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Plus 2 for an unarmed strike, I guess.
So that's 21 to hit then, as you fling this flask of oil through the air, and it shatters on Sildar, covering him in this highly flammable liquid, which he immediately starts kind of like smashes kind of on his head, and he's almost just like spitting out this oil. Kind of like trying to flick it off himself for the time being. So he's susceptible now, certainly, to fire damage.
Lovely. It's my bonus.
Holding suspense.
I know,
He did
right?
change it.
Sorry, we'll edit this out.
Yeah. Of course. I'm just hoping it doesn't send everything AWOL when I add him in. Hang on. That was completely the wrong use of the word AWOL, but there we are. Okay, everything looks as though it's working fine still, so that's good. Okay, so yes, so he's now covered in oil and susceptible to fire damage.
Lovely. As my bonus, I'll just wave the flaming hand just to intimidate him a little bit.
Very nice.
Well struck, Sergei! He's never been more proud, honestly.
We're just whooping at the
Alrighty. Next up then is Ginger Bugbear.
If you want to be my lover.
Alright. As they are, you guys have the high ground, it's probably not much of a surprise that this too is going to fling a javelin. And as Sergei's just made himself a nice big target, is going to fling it Sergei's way. For a 15 against your armor class as this javelin flies through the air.
That'll hit me, baby.
Okay. For, again, 3 piercing damage. As your armor doesn't quite manage to take all of the shock factor out of the piercing damage that strikes you. And that is going to be its go as it too prepares for battle. Oh, and we have the brunette bugbear. Who's... Why not? Let's just do the whole... Make sure we've got the whole collection. This bugbear is going to throw a javelin at you, Thorik.
Okay.
For 17 against your armor class. As your armor, kind of puff your chest out a little bit, and your armor just takes the full impact.
Yeah.
It just hits and then just drops to the floor. It's like
Splinters on your chest.
Oh, never been so mask. Oh.
So that's going to be his go. How do you respond, Thorik, as it is now your go?
How many ropes are there?
It's a good question. 3.
What sort of an action or bonus action would it be to just neatly cut one of the ropes?
I would say it's probably going to be the equivalent of an attack action.
Okay. In which case, I will. Now it's radiant damage, so I don't know whether my sacred flame would actually ignite the oil on Sildar.
What's the spell?
Sacred flame, but it does radiant damage, not fire damage.
Yeah, it does need to be fire damage, as per written in the rules. I would
That's
say.
fair. No, totally fine. I know. We've kind of flavorfully kind of done some things before, but yeah. In actuality, it doesn't do it. That's okay. I'm still going to Sacred Flame Sildar. Just more to mess with his head than anything, because he's still going to be engulfed in white silver flame.
Nice.
But, which will hurt him, hopefully.
Play the psychological warfare game.
Yeah, it's a mad game. A DC 14 dex check then, please.
Oh, DC 14 dex check for Sildar, yeah?
Please.
That is going to be a 19 on the dex save.
He's ducking and weaving. He's moving around.
And he's actually much faster than you were expecting him to be.
Oh. Do you think?
Yes. I've been thinking.
Not who I first thought, it's who I second thought.
Who did you second thought, Johann?
Yeah.
Well, first I thought it might be Anne Wizard in a disguise, one we discussed. But then we also have bumped into Anne Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
were the shapeshifter.
Anything
But
else
then
you
that
would like
means
to
that-
do, Thorik?
There are many things I would like to do. But I won't be able to do them bonus actions. No, I'm going to move away from the edge of the thing.
All right.
And so they can't see me and therefore can't hit me.
Clever move. Clever move.
Not just a pretty face.
Johann,
That's me.
it is now your go.
Well, while it would be very on brand for Johann to heroically go down the ropes and take him on by his lonesome, because he's had a bit of a rest and the old grey matter is working this time, he's decided to take a cleverer route and use the javelin that was just impaled in his thigh and decides to throw it back at that yonder bugbear that decided to throw it at him.
Throw it at him.
Throw it at him. Very nice. All right. In which case, give us a ranged weapon attack then, please.
I'm not entirely sure what the...
So it will be basically swap out your. Actually, you attack with Dex anyway, don't you? With your rapier.
Yes.
So it will be the same modifier as your rapier, I would have thought, because you will be proficient in javelin. I would have thought.
I'm proficient in simple weapons, and I believe a javelin is, isn't it?
I will confirm in just a second. It is indeed a simple. It's considered a simple melee weapon, but if it's all simple weapons, then yeah, absolutely you are proficient. So, yeah, so it will be the same attack roll to hit anyway as your rapier would be.
Okay. Well, my rapier's +5.
Very nice.
Go with that.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so let's do it. It's a 16.
A 16 will. Who are you targeting here?
The bugbear.
The bugbear? A 16 will hit. Which bugbear are you targeting?
The one that threw it, damn it.
Which, forgive me, I can't actually remember which one it was that threw it at you. I think it was the ginger one.
I believe it was, yeah.
All right. So we'll go with the ginger one. Oh, well, that is going to hit with a 16 as the javelin flies through the air with the greatest of ease. To roll for damage for me, that's going to be a D6 damage dice plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay. Come on. Oh, yes. 6 + 3 is 9.
Alrighty. So you throw this javelin through the air, and you actually just manage to catch it right on kind of like not quite in the neck, but kind of like where that shoulder muscle is. And you actually think you catch an artery of some kind, maybe, as there's just like a spray of blood kind of flies out almost near its neck as the javelin strikes.
As Johann throws it, he goes, I believe this is yours!
Anything else you'd like to do? That's your action, but you can still move. You still have bonus action.
I will then sort of back off a little bit and obscure myself from vision until my next go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very clever. Very clever. All right. Next up, then, Saga. You are the final actor of the round. What would you like to do?
How far is Silda?
Give or take, he's probably in the region of about 20 feet from you. He's 20 feet below you, but he's not directly below you. He's kind of a little bit further. I'm not going to do Pythagoras theorem in D&D, so let's call it 20.
Yeah. Just roughly. If we were to go down
Yep.
into the rift,
Yes.
is the rope the only way to go?
Yes. Unless, of course, you
Right.
wanted to jump.
But what is the how?
It's 20
How-
feet, so that would be 2d6 damage if you botch it.
If you botch it, okay. I deal most damage at melee range. But if I leap down, that's my action, correct?
And climbing down would also be your action as well.
Let them come to us.
I will crossbow Sildar
All right. Cool.
for now. For
You're
this,
going to run out of stuff.
Right.
Really.
All right. Roll to hit for
Oh.
us then.
Not that one. 6. I'm going to action surge.
All right. Your
Since
first
we had
crossbow
that-
bolt lands at Sildar's feet.
That's
Let's go again.
embarrassing. Let's go again. Thank God for that. Short rest. That dice. Bye bye. You're in jail. 15.
15 will strike as your crossbow bolt hits Sildar. Roll for damage for me.
5 piercing damage.
Alrighty. You actually manage to, your crossbow bolt actually flies through the air and catches him just near the groin area as he lets out an almighty scream of pain. But he's obviously, that's not going to be enough to take him down, but it's certainly enough to make him double over for a brief moment. Let me just add.
I like Voldemort.
Oh, such a... Whatever.
I'd forgotten about that.
Oh my God, it was. Saga was the EG all along.
Wayne's laugh is so infectious.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do? That's probably you done though, isn't it? If you've done an action surge.
Unless you let me jump down on a bonus action.
Well, technically that would be a move action if you wanted to just jump down.
But that is, if I jump down, I don't get to roll for like not breaking my ankle,
Correct.
i.e. athletics or something.
Correct.
Does it count as bludgeoning damage?
If it technically speaking, if you're going to
Yeah,
do,
does it? It would be bludgeoning damage. No, she wouldn't. I wouldn't willfully break my own ankle.
yeah.
Yeah,
The what I'm differentiating is normally, generally speaking, rules as written. If you're making a skill check, that is an action.
Yeah.
Unless the DM says otherwise. So what I'm differentiating between taking an action to leap or climb down is taking a move action to forego the skill check.
Yeah. I stay here for now.
Alrighty. Okay. So that brings us then to the top of the round, which then means it's Sildar's go. He is going to take the final javelin that the brunette bugbear has, and he's going to fling that towards Saga. For 13 against your armor class.
No.
As
Flies past me.
absolutely. Barely even a sidestep required. Yeah, he's going to stay put for now as well. He calls out to you all, though, and he says, "It's still not too late to change your mind, you know."
Covered in oil.
Fucking arrow in his crotch.
Do you want to
Yeah,
give me
sure.
Do you want to give me an insight check?
Yeah. Ooh, yes.
Is that anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yo, I'll do it.
Why not? Let's all go.
Yeah.
So-
Someone else, because I just rolled a 5.
15.
I got a 15.
23.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, suffices to say, given the circumstances, he is oozing with cockiness right now, which seems uncharacteristic of what you've seen of Sildar, who is usually
It's
very,
Alfred.
very, very curmudgeonly.
It's how.
Thorik will just kind of whisper to friends, or he'll sort of like sit on his back.
You don't have to whisper.
Yeah.
You know what? Come up and we'll talk about it.
Do you want to give me a deception check?
Yep.
I put the candle behind my back.
Johann's eyes are darting back and forth to see where this is going.
7.
He calls back and he says, "Come on now, say it like you mean it."
Out of interest, Wayne, what was the roll would have had to have been in order to pass that?
What's that, sorry?
I don't think Thorik could make that check.
Would it have to have been a natural 20 in order to pass that check?
To pass the deception?
Yeah.
I couldn't possibly say.
Possibly say.
Um,
I'll call back with him saying that. I'll be like, you know, you've almost got his accent, but it's not quite right.
It's now the blonde
What if this
bugbear's
is
go.
still all along? We're going to look like absolute idiots.
It's the blonde bugbear's go, who is also going to take his final javelin. And he's probably closest to Sergei, so he's going to throw it Sergei's way.
And the mage hands just.
Yeah.
Chip drops the torch. No.
And that is going to be I think this is going to hit a 19 against your armor class.
Yeah, that'll
Sergei.
hit, surprisingly.
So
Step
that's
away
going
from
to
the edge.
be...
No.
They're rolling well on their to hit rolls, but not on their damage dice. That's 3 piercing damage for you.
Lovely. I will happily take that.
I thought you might. All right, and that's going to be his go as he really gets his morning star out at this point, because he is out of javelins. So next up, Sergei, how do you respond?
If that was Sildar, he would have known we were coming here, so we would have faced not surprise, but expectancy. And with that, I can happily say, I will happily burn this man, and just lower the mage hand down to him. And I'll turn to Johann and go, I don't know, burn the heretics or something like that.
All right.
Johann could cry. He's so would. It's like watching your kid take his first steps.
Setting a man on fire.
Okay, so I'm going to count this as just straight fire damage as opposed to full-blown attack. So he's going to be taking 5 fire damage. The oil
Lovely.
burns for 2 whole rounds. So he will be taking 5 fire damage. Essentially, hang on. If lit, the oil burns for 2 rounds, deals 5 damage to any creature that enters the area or ends its turn in the area. Well, I was kind of on him. So I will say then that he's going to take 5 damage this round and another 5 fire damage next round. Okay?
Lovely. And then I will use my movement
Yep.
to
Sorry.
step back so I have at least 3/4 cover, but can still just about see what's going
Alright.
on. Or half cover, if not possible.
He
Does
lets
it only
out...
burn for 2 rounds and then it burns out? Sorry.
Yes, correct.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Unless more oil were put on him.
Yes, per oil flask, it is 2 rounds of fire.
There is a notion.
But yeah, at this point, he is letting out a scream of pain as he's engulfed in flame for a brief moment as you just casually step back away from the edge of the
Johann
edge
just
of the
goes,
rift. Listening with glee to his cries of pain, which leaves basically Saga being the only person still on the edge of the rift right now. Everybody else has backed off, out of view. Now we have the ginger bugbear, who is also going to throw its final javelin at the only person it can, which is you, Saga. For 16 against your armor class.
Exactly my armor class.
for a total of what would be 6 piercing damage, but you can reduce that down to 3 due to your resistance to piercing damage.
Yep.
All right. And then it too is going to draw out its Morning Star and prepare. Which then means we are onto the brunette bugbear, who actually has no javelins left. So, let me see here. It does not have a climbing speed, bugbears. So, in order to climb, it would move at half speed, which would mean that it would essentially take 2, unless it was to try and dash up the... Oh no, I suppose it can't because it's using its action to climb. So it would take essentially 2 rounds for this bugbear to climb up one of the ropes, which it is going to attempt to do. So the brunette bugbear is currently climbing up the central rope.
Oh, please.
Yes.
And it is... Well, let's see actually how far it gets on, first of all. Climbing no issue as of right now. It is halfway up the central rope.
Halfway there. Is it perchance living on a prayer?
Possibly.
Will be if we cut it.
Indeed.